Here's something that stopped me cold when I first learned it. A tumor without a blood supply cannot grow bigger than the tip of a ballpoint pen. It just sits there. No oxygen, no nutrients, nowhere to go. But the moment a blood vessel touches it and starts feeding it, that cancer grows 16,000 times in 2 weeks. So the real question isn't just how do we kill cancer, it's how do we starve it? And it turns out some of the most powerful answers aren't in a pharmacy, they're in your grocery store. How I got into this. I spent years developing biotech drugs designed to cut off a tumor's blood supply, a treatment called anti-angiogenic therapy, which is now a standard part of cancer medicine. We built test systems to measure whether compounds could block the blood vessels that feed tumors. One day, I dropped green tea into the test. The result was shocking. Green tea polyphenols stopped those blood vessels cold, as powerfully as anything coming out of a drug company. That made me wonder, if green tea can do this, what else can? We ended up testing over 100 different foods. What we found changed everything about how I think about nutrition. What's actually happening? Your body grows new blood vessels constantly for healing and basic maintenance. That's normal. But when cancer hijacks this process, tumor cells send out a signal to come feed them. New blood vessels grow toward the tumor. That's the explosive trigger. Certain compounds in food can intercept that signal. They can block tumor angiogenesis and essentially tell the cancer's blood supply, not today. Your body already has systems designed to do this. You just have to give them the right fuel. The foods. Green tea. The key compound is EGCG, a polyphenol that's a powerful anti-angiogenic. It helps cut off blood vessels feeding a tumor and protects DNA from damage. These are peer-reviewed findings from the same lab methods used to test cancer drugs. A few cups a day consistently starts to move the needle. Soy. Soy contains phytoestrogens. There's a persistent myth that these are dangerous for women because people assume they behave like human estrogens. They don't. At the molecular level, they look nothing alike. Phytoestrogens actually block human estrogens and are anti-angiogenic, meaning they help cut off blood supply to breast cancer tumors. This has been studied in actual breast cancer patients. Tomatoes. Lycopene, the compound that makes tomatoes red, is another anti-angiogenic. It's fat-soluble, which means your body absorbs more of it from cooked tomatoes with olive oil than from raw ones. Tomato sauce, sun-dried tomatoes, and cooked tomatoes all provide this benefit. Blueberries. That blue color comes from anthocyanins, which support the immune system. They help elevate T cells and natural killer cells, which identify and destroy abnormal cells. A cup and a half of blueberries a day has been shown in some studies to significantly increase T cell levels while also lowering inflammation. Broccoli. Broccoli contains sulforaphane, a compound that supports immune response. The stems contain more sulforaphane than the florets, and broccoli sprouts contain far higher concentrations than mature broccoli. Sprouts can be grown at home in a few days. Kiwi. Kiwi supports DNA protection and repair. Studies suggest regular consumption can reduce DNA damage and support repair mechanisms. It also acts as a prebiotic, helping beneficial gut bacteria grow. The bigger picture. Your body has 5 major health defense systems: angiogenesis control, stem cell regeneration, the gut microbiome, DNA protection and repair, and immunity. These systems are active every day. The foods described here support these systems through measurable biological mechanisms. Consistency matters more than perfection. Supporting these systems regularly helps build resilience over time. Your takeaway: blueberries, about a cup and a half daily to support immune function and reduce inflammation. Broccoli sprouts, significantly higher sulforaphane levels than mature broccoli. Kiwi supports DNA protection, repair, and gut health. Green tea supports mechanisms that can inhibit blood vessel growth in tumors. Cooked tomatoes with olive oil improve lycopene absorption. Soy contains compounds that can modulate estrogen activity and support anti-angiogenic effects. No prescription needed, nothing exotic or expensive, just food that supports your body's natural defense systems. Once you understand what these foods do, you start to see them differently, one food at a time.